Alright, before I get into this video, bad day has happened, you guys. Carrie Fisher, the actress that plays Princess Leia from the Star Wars series, has sadly passed away today. Rest in peace. Moment of silence. Alright. So yeah, that's a sad part of today. One of the bad parts of this day, but mainly, yeah, I did go see the new Assassin's Creed movie. Saw it in 3D. So let's get into it. So Assassin's Creed is based off the video game series of the same name, and pretty much stars Michael Fassbender's character as a kid. His mother got killed by an assassin, which turns out the assassin was his father. So pretty much 30 years later, he ends up being dead. Not exactly, but ends up in another world. And pretty much his job is to try and assassinate the president of something, I don't know, and also try to assassinate his dad. Mainly try to, at least, while his dad's trying to assassinate him. But that's the thing, I really don't know what is there more to say. That's mainly what the main plot of the movie is. Now, there's not to say that I do enjoy the Assassin's Creed series. I just started playing the first game, and I do have the second game, which a lot of people say is the best one. So yeah, I have been playing Assassin's Creed. I'm not really a fan yet, but as soon as I play more of the games, but yeah. Some people call the franchise overrated and stuff like that, but mainly... Now, there has been a lot of bad movies based off video games that I have seen. Doom, Super Mario Brothers movie, Resident Evil sequels, the Angry Birds movie, Ratchet and Clank, the Tomb Raider movies, Alone in the Dark, House of the Dead. There's been a lot out there. Alright? The only ones that I found decent were the first Silent Hill movie, and of course, the first Resident Evil movies. I found those movies to actually be kind of decent. I own them on Blu-ray. I can watch them just for fun, I do think that sometimes the first Resident Evil can be kind of following the same plot as the original games. Not really, because the main character isn't even a character from the video game series. And Silent Hill, I can watch it. It does feel like the game series. I really do enjoy playing Silent Hill 2, the second Silent Hill game. I don't have the first one, mainly because it's really hard to find. Like, I saw it at a video game store, and it cost like $250. And it was new, too. What does that tell you right there? But guys, I'm sorry, but I hated this movie. Let me get into some positives first. I do think that while some of the scenes, like when the action scenes, like the stealth scenes, are actually kind of interesting to look at, it still doesn't really hide the fact that most of the scenes... Let me get into one of the main problems of this movie. You see, the games, every single one of the games, they're rated M. You know what M means? It stands for mature. That means you have to be 17 and older to play the games. Although I'm not 17, I'm going to be 17 next year. But hell, sometimes people younger than 17 play the games. But this movie, they rated it PG-13. What the fuck? Alright, I know if it was rated R, it would be a little bit better, but I know Resident Evil games were rated M and the movies were rated R, but that's... They pretty much didn't really have a choice, but did they really need a choice for this? I mean, pretty much let me get into... A lot of the soundtrack can get on my nerves sometime, like it really did. Like, I saw this movie by myself, and the theater wasn't even that full. It was pretty empty. That's the thing. The movie is pretty much flopping right now. It only made number 4 at the box office. It was supposed to be an anticipated release of December, but ended up ended up being disappointing to a lot of people, and I wasn't really looking forward to this movie. I mean, it looked decent. Maybe I might be surprised, but guys, I really did not like this movie. I would probably have put it as an honorable mention. It's definitely not the worst movie based off a video game I've ever seen. The movies I put on my top 10 worst movies based off video games, I thought are worse than this, but pretty much, you know, the original Mortal Kombat movie, the first movie, not the god-awful sequel, that was even better than this movie. I'm sorry, I have to say it. I think if you're a true Assassin's Creed fan, you will like this movie, but I'm not really that much of a... I mean, I enjoy playing the games. Like I said, I own both of the games. I'll play the games. And hell, maybe when I'm more of a fan, I'll get more of the games. But for now, I got the 2 games, and I'm not even I'm pretty much starting to play the first game, Assassin's Creed. The first Assassin's Creed. Pretty much so. But guys, not even Michael Fassbender could do a good job. But this isn't the worst movie based off a video game of this year. I have not seen the new Warcraft movie, and I'm not going to be seeing it anytime soon. It's certainly not as bad as Ratchet and Clank, and it's definitely not as bad as the Angry Birds movie. That's right, it's not even as bad as the Angry Birds movie. But the fact is, they censor the blood pretty much. There's only like 2 scenes of blood, but it's not really that bloody. There was a scene where, you know, a guy pretty much is in a little pile of blood. Like, when a guy just slits a guy's throat, you don't even see blood. It looks... No, you pretty much see the blood as soon as he's down, and there's like a little puddle of blood on the floor. But pretty much, I really don't know what is there more to say. I wanted to like this movie. Yeah, I actually wanted to, but it wouldn't let me. It's pretty much like most upcoming movies based off video games. I'm never going to anticipate a movie based off a video game. I'm pretty sure that if they made a Grand Theft Auto movie, are they going to make that PG-13? You know, when the games are full of blood and gore and violence, sexuality and nudity, and a shit ton of language. They pretty much use the word fuck in this movie just once. And only a little tiny bit of blood. Well, there was a lot more blood in the video games, but seriously, guys, it still doesn't hide the fact that it's just the same formula to make a movie based off a video game. Again, it's not as bad as Alone in the Dark, or House of the Dead, or the Mario Brothers movie, or Doom. It's not as bad as those films, but it was... I gotta say, I thought it was pretty bad, to be honest with you. I guess if you're a true Assassin's Creed fan, then you will be a fan, then you might be a fan of this movie. But personally for me, I haven't been playing the games that much, so for me, I really didn't like this movie. I know I really wanted to bash on this movie, but I don't want to. But I'm just really stuffy right now. This movie actually made me feel more sick as I was watching it. I was bored to death. I kept on checking my watch tons and tons of times. Because, really, this is definitely not a movie I would see again. I'm going to give the movie a 1 out of 5. Would it have made my top 20 worst movies of the year? I'm not sure. I guess I'll just put it as a dishonorable mention. But guys, I really wanted to like this one, but no. I just pretty much knew that it was eventually just gonna be another one of those movies. But yeah. I guess it's worth watching if you're an Assassin's Creed fan. But if you're not an Assassin's Creed fan, I don't think you would like this movie. But that is it for this video. And I will see you guys later. Again, if you like this movie, that's completely fine. We all have our own opinions, but yeah. I really wanted to give this movie a chance, but yeah. I was going to see Sing, even though I wasn't really looking forward to that movie that much. But I could say I think I'm going to like that movie much more than this. But that is it for this video, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.